Hi everybody, this is Sandy and I'm a gypsy grandma. Right now I'm sitting in Vancouver at a house sit with Jupiter. He is a lovely tabby cat, fairly large, very friendly. Oh my goodness, he's so hilarious. Um, he communicates, and so I rarely have a problem figuring out what it is he wants, which is pretty darn amazing. As we just met, right? Too bad people weren't like that. Anyway, I just thought that today what I wanted to talk about was silence. And uh, there are so many different kinds of silence, but the reason this came up for me is yesterday I was on the telephone with a friend, and all of a sudden I'm talking away, right? And the line goes dead. And like I was still in the middle of what I was saying, but there is a quality of silence when the line goes dead that's a little bit different from how it is when someone is listening. And so, I kind of started thinking about that and how um, different kinds of silences affect us in different kinds of ways. And so, one of the uh, things that occurred to me was when I'm in meditation and there's this, you hear everything, and when you're well, I don't know, maybe you don't, I do. I hear all these noises when I'm sitting in silence, and my mind is firing all these different thoughts, right? and And so it's a different quality of silence from when the air goes dead in a telephone conversation. Um, it's almost like there's uh, um, what am I trying to say? It's like there's an avenue that you can follow in that dead air space of the phone, right? And so that's kind of the quality that sometimes I'm looking for in meditation, is that blankness, right? The blankness. And from what I've read and different people that I've talked to, it is not really about blankness. That's not really what we're going for in meditation. It's more about um, mindfulness and just being aware. And so, one of the things in terms of silence that I have also been thinking about is the silence between in our relationships. How when we don't communicate, or uh, we're just not connecting, right? And there are different ways of silence there too. So there's the silence of just not talking, right? You can do that whether you are in the same room or on opposite sides of the country. And the thing that strikes me is that we can feel the different qualities of silence. We can feel when someone is cutting us off in silence, as opposed to someone who is holding us in love. And so I think about that with regards to my ex-husband who just passed away. And so what my dearest hope is that even though his mind was not functioning well, that in those last few weeks when I was on the other side of the country, that he could feel that I was still connected, that he could feel that it was not the silence of disconnection, but that it was the silence of caring. And so some of you know that he passed away on December 20th. And it was a shock, although expected, and just, of course, not then. And so, so the silence of someone who has left their body, that's a different kind of a silence too. And so the silence becomes more of an inner silence, as opposed to an outer silence. And I'm looking at how we hold people in our lives. I don't know what to say about that, because I'm still dealing with it. But people don't ever really leave us, is what I'm coming up with. And as people have been sending me messages and remembering Mike in different kinds of ways, I realize just how much of an impact we make in each other's lives just by being ourselves, just by going about our daily business. And it's not a big thing. It really is not a big thing. It's not about changing the world. And so, because each of us does change the world in our own way. We change the world that we travel in, whether that's in our home, in our workplace, where we are volunteering our time, when we are out traveling. I just think of so many different ways that we connect with people, and it's that connection that is keeping us alive in our hearts, keeping us alive in our minds. And so I just leave you with that thought, because I know I've gone on and on and on just about one little thing. So I'm signing off, and I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. It's Gypsy Grandmas, and the red button should be right below this video. Have a great day, and stay tuned. I'm going to talk to you again tomorrow when it's New Year's Eve.